we're going to be talking about what white folks can do every day to help make everyday life less frustrating for Black Americans and people of color. Legislation is great and absolutely necessary, but it doesn't truly change someone's heart. They're being forced to follow the rules. And that's where education comes in. White America needs to be educated so they buy into it and get it. It's not that they're going to be saviors. It's not that they're going to be, you know, the leader in this great revolution of allowing liberty and justice for all. It's that they need to step up to the plate and help and support. It's the least we can do, and it's called being human. The examples that I'm going to talk about are things that people have told me and I've read about and, you know, confirmed, and they're not everybody's thing that bugs them, but I'm just going to get the ball rolling here, and you guys need to tell me, what are the things white people can do? I want to know. The first one is kind of a personal thing. It enrages me personally because it's so cruel. When you're having a conversation with Black people or Indigenous people or brown people or people of color, when you're having a conversation about race or racism and inequality and all that, your opinion does not weigh equally to their day in and day out experience of living in a world created for and catering to white people. Your opinion is not equal to theirs. And I think it's extremely important to know this, that you think your opinion is, and I'm not trying to put white folks down or anything. It's just, these people are living the pain of reality. And to say your opinion is more valid it's just, what a slap in the face. Anyway, I could go on and on. To me, it's analogous to a person who went to the Apollo 13 movie and now thinks they know more than the astronaut who went to the moon. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's like, it's incredible privilege on steroids. I talk to white Americans because I'm pissed. This is ridiculous. We're living in a nation that is full of shit. A nation that promises all this stuff and espouses all this amazing stuff, but we don't have any intention of giving it. And a lot of white folks get incredibly hurt by me, and I don't mean to make them hurt. I mean to make them think that it's not about your feelings. It's about someone else's. If you're a white person, you go up to somebody and say like, oh, I dated Black people. Come on, you don't know the person. TMI, stop it. You know, it's like, don't tell them about how connected you are to the Black experience or the brown experience or the Indigenous experience right off the bat. Get to know them. Say hello, exchange names. Just, man, I'm not trying to be condescending. Just, you're not going to get them to think you're one of the good guys until they think you're one of the good guys. And even then, a lot of people of color and Black Americans and African Americans, they don't trust white people and they never will. And I personally, I don't blame them. Not one bit. So I guess the point is on this one, avoid telling people how you have a Black friend. You dated a Black person, your cousin's uncle, sister's friend's, you know, stepfather. It's just stop. Okay. I know one of my friends is always telling me when they go to a work site, they rarely feel included. People don't give them the time of day. I mean, they're not necessarily nasty to them and walk up to them and say nasty things, but the silence of being excluded. And there's one thing right there. White Americans can maybe have a little extra sensitivity to the fact that, I mean, and not go overboard and fake, but I'm talking about maybe just be inclusive and actually say, hey, we're going to lunch. Do you want to go? You know, just reach out. Stop the fear. Let's say you go a little overboard and they think you're trying too hard. I'd rather be accused of trying too hard than have someone quit the job or go home feeling like crap because the white people there made them feel like a second-class citizen. I mean, this is what I'm hearing from my friends. Don't walk up to people and, as a way to say hello, try to guess their ethnicity or their background. Don't say, where are you from? And then when they say America, like you, or whatever, say, no, where are you really from? I mean, basically what you're saying is, you don't belong here. Tell me where you're really from. It's just rude. A lot of white people get so hurt by being called racist that the first thing they do is make it about them. Like, oh, I'm so hurt. And that's probably a natural thing to do. But as white folks who care, we need to say, okay, wow, you don't ever want to be thought of as racist. But if white folks would stop thinking of racist as one thing and a huge continuum. Oh, Tim, my boss told me that we're getting to she doesn't see color and only blue, green, yellow, and you were insulted by that. Oh my God. That's something that I'm going to talk about in just a minute, and we'll get into that. Yeah, don't say that. I think what Tim's saying is, he's saying, this is what hurts me. Don't say that. It's not helping. I'm a dark-skinned black person, not green, not blue. It's almost like making a parody of it. Don't say stuff like that. Polka dotted, striped. It's bullshit, you know? When you're talking to somebody, don't question people's blackness, period. Just don't do it. Saying like stuff like, I don't even think of you as black, or all that's doing, that's a giant statement about you and who you are. I don't think of you as black. What the hell? And you might as well have just said, being black is the worst thing ever, and don't worry, I don't think of you like that. I mean, it's embarrassing. Another thing white folks can do is really simple. Educate yourself. Ta-da, I said it. Learn how to debunk the most common denials of racism that are really propaganda fed in by the people in power, and that is white, wealthy elites. Those are the ones, they make the rules, they pay off politicians, and they want people who are in the white masses to believe that it's people of color, specifically black Americans, African Americans, brown Americans, who are to blame for every single solitary problem they have. And the fact is, it is total propaganda and total bullshit. Okay? But they have to keep that going, because otherwise we'll unite and overthrow these people who absolutely have it going right now. They have the laws switched so they get rich. Everything's working in their favor. They get rich by keeping us all, kind of divided. And Lakeisha, just being married to a black person doesn't mean that they aren't racist. Absolutely. They think they aren't, but they're just using that for their own agenda. Yeah, it's true. It's great to be married to a black person. I'm not saying it's not a great thing, but don't say you're not racist. White folks learn to debunk these. There's only a handful of classic denials. Learn to tear them up. Learn to, and I don't mean, you don't have to be mean about it. Just say, you can be perfectly nice and say, I'm sorry, that's factually incorrect. Let me try to explain to you what's, I'm not saying you have to be, you don't have to be rotten about it. It's history. It's the facts. It's the truth. And practice, if you're white, practice learning about these denials and learning how to debunk them. Because when the time comes, if you're white, unless you're really special, it's going to be very, very stressful. You're not going to just have it, you got to practice these things. Remember, when you are white and you're going to debunk some ludicrous cliche thing that somebody's saying to deny racism, because of course most of us know the new racism now is to deny there is racism, whole other subject. You're going to set an example for the room, and it's going to be awesome. But please be aware, your room's going to be silent. You're going to have an audience. The minute you do it, and I mean, this is kind of from experience, you will shut that room up faster than, there is nothing that shuts up, in my opinion, a room of white folks than you talking about racism. Okay, so you're going to have an audience, and so you're going to need to be confident and feel good and really get what you're saying. I have another friend who somebody told them to chill out and be cool when someone called them the N-word. How dare they? How dare they? I mean, my God, talk about insensitivity. What a, it's just sick. Another suggestion, support Black voices, Black businesses, and help be supportive of the Black economy. Black economy. This is, most people are not aware, most white folks, they have no idea that they're not aware of the extent that Black people today, as we breathe and speak, are kept, purposely kept from accumulating wealth and joining in this American dream stuff, okay? Redlining is just the beginning. You know, redlining from long ago, current redlining that still occurs every day in America. Study Black Wall Street if you're white. Black Wall Street. I mean, really study it. Don't just, you know, don't just look it up and read a couple articles on it. And I always try to post a few things here and there. Understand the power differential that oppresses upward mobility for Black folks and people of color. To understand that is so key. And it's kind of an advanced concept because you have to already get a lot of other stuff. But if you're white, think about that and study Black Wall Street. And there's tons of other examples, but Black Wall Street is the most, it's heartbreaking. It's really shows the system. We whites aren't going to let them win. That's basically what it said to me. We will not let them succeed. Yet they succeed still. So definitely, if you're white and you really are getting this stuff, there are places you can find out where to support Black businesses, Black-owned businesses, and you can do that. And you can pick and choose, and you know what? Your money talks. Just like with when people were, when they still are, transgender people were getting horrific discrimination. Target said every one of our stores is going to be open to every single person. He needs to use the bathroom. I do not care how they were born. They get to use the bathroom, and we're not. And that was like huge. I go to Target now. It's what I do. This one's really obvious. If someone has an accent or is speaking broken English per se, be patient. If you're white, you know, whatever you speak, you're monolingual or whatever, be patient and humble. Try asking yourself, do you speak two languages really well? Are you bilingual? Are you trilingual? Don't say, oh, they're stupid, they're, you know, they're wasting my time. Think, damn, they must have really worked their ass off to try to learn a second language. That they're not perfect takes like 7 to 8 years to truly be conversationally good, and a bunch more to be academically and education, you know, able to work in your same-aged field. To think of. Don't play devil's advocate with people of color and Black people. They don't need that crap. If you're white, don't do it. It's don't play devil's advocate. Don't say I'm just playing devil's advocate. That's like saying I'm just being a total asshole. Okay, Okay, here's one. Don't be disgusted or in shock when Black people say you're racist for voting for someone who upholds racism. Don't be shocked. I get that all the time. What? I'm not racist. Like, no, actually you are. You are adding to the problem. If you were able to give a politician a pass on their racist, cruel, discriminatory ideology, you are the racist too, Okay? So slap that look of shock off your face.